Now the judges don't like what they're saying. They try to obviously just grant decisions, overrule you, don't listen to you. We actually had someone march us out of the court and say we're not staying in there, come back in 10 minutes. 40 minutes later we were allowed back into the court. They then moved us to a larger court, which is a criminal court, and we walked in to find eight police officers at attention as soon as we walked through the door. So they're trying to intimidate and bully. But the point is, what they're actually doing is they know that they cannot do anything with the documents. The point of the documents are they're establishing your position under common law. So therefore, you are a living man or a woman. Now, you have to be stupid to not see bodies here. That's fine. But in their courts, you're not recognised with a lawful document. You confirm that. Now, it's not for money. We're saying, look, you don't need these. You don't need the document. It says literally, if you've recorded your birth, use the reference number. So you could put a letter in and say, right, I've got my reference number here. I have a birth certificate. That's fine. So you can use that. It doesn't cost anything, but it gives you protection, which is fine. Now, when you do this and you go into the courts, not one court, right? Not one court in the UK, and I'm going up to the Supreme Court in London as well, in the Court of Session in Scotland. It says not one police force, it says not one banking authority, not one solicitor, council authorities, bankruptcy accountants, basically piles of people, all these things, children's enforcement, everyone. Not one of them has ever queried or questioned one of the common law documents. They can't, because it's issued by the people and it's a lawful deed in the common law court. So therefore they stand and no one has ever rebutted them. They can't do anything about them. If you can issue, right, a document which is fraudulent and you're using it to obviously benefit yourself or others, I said there are various statutory acts and laws whereby they can lift you up and bang you in jail for 7 years for using such documents if you're claiming benefits and privilege from it. But you're not. It's a lawful deed that's confirming your position. Now, if they had a way to lock you up for producing these documents, they would do it, but they can't. This is the lawful, so it's fine. So that's the first thing. So you set up the process here, you reclaim the name. As I said just now, when you reclaim the fiction, the legal fiction, it's been created. But the point is, it does exist. In everyday life, if you try to go and open a bank account, that's what they use. They use that, they use the fiction. Fine, not a problem. But the point is, the fiction's there, so why worry about it? If it's there, use it, but take control of it. As long as you're not attacked, that's fine. So on that principle, what we do is turn around and say, look, the common law court, this is a turn around and says, right, we'll accept, the people in general accept that what's happened has been fraudulent. So therefore, because it's fraudulent, it voids a contract. Now, if it voids a contract, it effectively means the state have been using it illegally, criminally. So therefore, if that's the case, it still floats about. So who should the rightful owner be? Well, it should be the individual that was given the name at birth. So if that's the case, the individual, having confirmed their birth under common law that they were born, then has a right to apply for ownership. So you submit your application. Providing the information ties and cross-references, you will then have the ability to obtain ownership of the fiction. Now, the points...
Sorry, so just by stating this in writing, you actually do it?
You do it through the common law court,
yes, and
you submit the application online. But when you submit the application, you're stating effectively that you know the legal fiction exists, you know basically it says it's been used, but you're claiming ownership of it. So basically what you're doing is you're actually renewing... Sorry?
John, could I just interrupt? I've got a message.
Is anybody who achieves valid access? No. Can you move it, your purchase in his private space?
Okay. It's okay. Right, what we're actually doing is when you actually apply for the fiction, right, the legal fiction, the entity, right, what we're actually saying is when you apply for it, you know it exists and you know it was created fraudulently, and basically you know it's there and originally the name was given to you, so it's something that was created from your birth. So you can apply and say, well look, I want to claim ownership. So when you actually submit the application, what you're actually doing is renewing the ownership of the fiction. And you say, well, what do you mean renewing? Well, bearing in mind, from day one, the government have the fiction, right? So what you're doing is you're renewing ownership. So you're cancelling them off and saying, look, I own it now. So then with that, and because you've recorded your birth, you're actually renewed as the new owner of the fiction. Now we've done that, And we've put it into courts, in every court in the country, and not one of them has ever been questioned. The police, everyone, nobody's ever done it, because they can. Now this has happened. We convene courts which are accepted, and the judges in court have had to admit in court, yes, okay, we know it exists. The terminally says, yes, we know you convene courts and all the rest of it, yes, okay, you make decisions. But they keep coming back, we're under statutory law, right, under the statutory system. Now that doesn't matter, because eventually what's going to come is it's going to come a stage whereby it says you have two conflicting systems operating, and you have judgments for both which are conflicting, so therefore what will have to happen is you'll have to sort out which one is the superior. So you then have a decision then. Now based on this just now, if you're thinking about law, common law is weird, I said I don't know what you call it, we call it common law court simply because it's something basically applies to the people. I said but basically it could be anything, natural law, it's just basic principles. Look, forget the name, cause no harm, loss or injury. That's it, right? So basically that's it. So if you do that and you say you're honourable in your contract dealings, that's it. That's all it is. Okay, common law, we'll accept it, right, we'll call it that. So we use this and set up a system here, so that's it. People use this, providing you abide by these principles, everything should be great. The problems are when other people don't abide by them, or when the state, who are there to support people, assist people, and are paid by the people, they decide that they have an ulterior motive, and then they obviously change the rules to suit themselves. That's where you have the problem there. Now, the benefit of using the common law court for decisions is basically that you deal with the process, you convene the courts, and you get the support of the people. Over time, what will happen is these things will start to take effect. There was a case we had way back, it was in Ascot, down beside Glastonbury. We went down there now, there was a couple of cases, but one in particular was amusing because it was to do with council tax. Now basically, because of this protest, what we've done is we've convened a court in Scotland, and the people sat there, the jury was presented with evidence, and the people decided that council tax was unlawful. So they annulled the council tax. Now they say, yeah, okay, that's fine, but you can't do that. Yes, you can. They've done that. Now, because you've done that, we issued a court order, and we said, right, council tax, and now, we don't have problems, again, we're not here to rebel and say, right, we're not doing this, that, no, look, everyone has to work in the community, support the community, and obviously look after one another, which is fine. If that means tax, it's okay, fine. Now, I don't have a problem with that, if it's been done correctly. If people are taking things like council tax, lining their own pockets, lining their own pensions, as is having holidays away, perks, and they're not accountable, and you don't see where the money is going, that's unacceptable. And the facilities you have, the roads, the lighting, various things like that, are ruined, and basically you don't get any support. It's for the communities. Yeah.
How do you get out of like council tax slapping with £1,000 bill? Then you're not going to court, then you're taking it out of your benefits.
Well, that's what I'm saying just now, this is
Oh,
what
sorry,
we're doing.
yeah.
This is why we're doing what we're doing today. Basically, the system operates just now, is if they want to pay, that they'll get money. It doesn't matter how they do it, they'll do it. You're supposed to go to court, ideally you should have a jury. You don't go to court with a jury, you don't see a jury. You'll see a judge in Scotland, a sheriff. It's as if you're lucky. If you're not, you should be taken into a little side room. It's not even a courtroom. And since they don't even have anyone there, they don't even call you. They'll just stamp it and make a decision. And that's it. They then, because they have that decision, will take away children, they'll take away property, they'll take away your salary, they'll serve orders. They can't do that. They say that they do, but they're not held accountable. But we're now starting to do this with the common law courts. We've actually summoned solicitors, we've summoned a couple of judges, which never went down well. The thing is,
Want to summon some social workers?
well, we've already done that as well, so we've been there, done that. Well, basically what we're doing is we're setting this up now. But what you have to remember is when you're actually doing this, these individuals that are making these decisions will be held accountable. So you have the facility through the common law court, this is to obviously highlight to the people what's going on. The common law court only has a website for one reason. When you convene a court, it says the information from the court must be made public, which means that everyone sees it. The easiest way to do that is set up a website. So it was set up with 3 pages, that was it. And because it was in Scotland, not because it's Scottish, because it was set up in Scotland, we say Scottish Common Law Court. But of course, no sooner had we done that, everyone then bombarded us. That's really good, that, great, yeah. Can we use it in England? Can we use it in Wales? Why have we not used that? I thought, well, then we can. Ah, but it says Scottish. I said, no, hold on. So we dropped the Scottish, so it's common law court. That was it. So of course, we no sooner done that, and everyone else starts calling us, yeah, okay, this is really good. We're in Australia, we're in New Zealand, we're in Canada, we're in America, we're in Europe, can we do it? We're over here.
Doesn't that tell you that you say what the
Well,
problem is?
basically, yeah, but this is what we're saying just now. So technically, we've came at and stuck now at the final one, which is common law courts, great British, that's it. And we have now one logo, which is applicable for everyone. So we've changed that. The website has been changed. There's a lot of things going on just now, but as we will do that. And as I said just now, it's now educating the people, rolling this out. We've had these decisions. We go back to the council tax. What happened is with a court order, we had given it to, well, we made it available, and an individual in England had paid for it and says, look, they're attacking my mother for council tax. Because we're doing that, I need to see the court. So we go to the court, we actually have the jury deal with it. When they dealt with it, they says, right, okay, what you're doing is unlawful. But what the individual did is he got a court summons, right? He then summons the council worker who was trying to enforce council tax, and he summoned the bailiff. So when the bailiff came in as well, he got a court summons, and they were supposed to appear. Now what had happened is that they didn't appear. So what happened is the decision was made in their absence, and they were found guilty, which is great. Having been found guilty, we took the court order, and the first thing we did is issue to the individual. They said, you've been found guilty, trying to enforce or obtain money through deception for council tax. The council tax has been annulled, you've been found guilty, you have to pay, I think it was £15,000. You've got 14 days to do so, and that was a court bailiff. So we actually gave it to him. The bailiff took the form, the letter, wasn't happy, so he went to his bosses. Now his bosses, the company, was Rosendale's, right, debt collectors. So went to Rosendale's and showed them. So he said, look, this is what they've done. So Rosendale's immediately said, oh no, we're not doing that, no, sorry, we're not touching it. Right, and they wrote back immediately to the individual concerned and said, look, I'm sorry, we're not dealing with this, we're no longer collecting this, if you have a problem, speak to the council. So they walked away immediately. Now, if everyone knew this, and you contacted Rosendale to say, look, hold on,